Good Monday, good Monday morning of the 25th week of the year. And it is a Monday. No, it's not. Today's Wednesday. Whatever. I'm going to make these videos this morning. Lily just got up. She's lying on the bear rug. I'll show you. You want to see what Lily's doing right now? You see her doing her thing. Could you see that? I don't know if you could see that or not. And that's her home, when she lays on the bear rug. Actually, her home is wherever she wants to be. Sometimes it's my chair, my bed, my couch. But then again, she loves that bear rug, and she sprawls all over it. There's some delightful pictures of her with her head resting on the head of the bear. It's something. She said, "This is mine." She lays on her. Oh, well, just a thought. I'm just sharing it morning with you. Today's reading is from Luke. Luke is talking to the Gentiles, and you have to always keep that in mind, Gentile Christians. And his bottom line is, we're all in. You're all in, we're all in. He's a Greek himself. We're all in. See? As long as we're believers, we are equal to the Jewish believers, you see? We're all in. That's what he's saying. And because we're in through faith, we owe it to each other. We have to, in this sense, we're compelled by our faith to share the light. To share, as the text today says, Jesus said to the crowd, "No one who lights a lamp conceals it with a vessel or sets it under a bed. Right, he places it on a lampstand, so that those who enter may see the light." See, yeah, it's true. That there was a book written by a Passionist about the order, and the title of the book was, I think Cash and Newhouse wrote it, and it was called Compelled to Speak. And you're compelled to speak, and it's a different analogy than with the light, but it's the same, it's an analogy, but it is the same truth. When you see the beautiful, you seek to share it. When you see the truth and know the truth, you seek to proclaim it. You don't hold it in. You share the wisdom of your insight, you see. In that sense, compelled by her beauty, not forced, but in a sense moved deeply by the beauty of the gospel and the hope that it generates to proclaim it. And that's the virtue of the church. That's her power. That's what she's here for. That's what I'm here for. It's what we're all here for. And we share it. We're bound to share it. Sometimes in our preaching, sometimes just in the way we live. For the lay people, very often, it's the way they live their Christian lives, the way you live your Christian lives. It's the model of faith. When I think of fidelity, which is at the very heart of the gospel, walking with Christ faithfully, no matter what, I think of my parents. That's the model of fidelity that I have. Always walking in companionship with each other. I told you this, my favorite picture of my father and mother was them walking in Savin Rock. It was made the newspaper. Somebody took a picture of them, misspelled the name and all the rest. It was when my father was very old. My parents were very old, not long before he died. And they were walking on the beach. What makes it so interesting is I don't think my father knew who he was walking with. I don't think he knew my mother. At that point, I think it was right before he had to go into the nursing home because he was so far gone. And yet, what a portrait of companionship, of fidelity on my mother's part. See, she was walking with her beloved stranger. He was in a nursing home for a number of years. And my mother, I told this story 1,000 times. She took the bus every day across New Haven to go be with him all day long and take the bus home. And yet she grieved so deeply when he died. And I said, "Ma, it was all it was all difficult. He didn't know who you did. He was still alive." That's what she said. When I think of fidelity, that's what I think of. I think of that kind of companionship that knows no bounds. It doesn't set any conditions. That I'll be faithful. It's a verb. I think I teach this to my kids in class. Fidelity isn't a noun, or being faithful is in a sense of an adjective, but it's a verb. It's an action. I didn't say any of that right, but it's an action. It's looking out for each other and putting yourself actively in each other's presence. I mean that too. And there's a wisdom in that. And it is a light, and it shines. It shines. When my mother had died, my aunt, which was her cousin, okay, I do not explain that. She right away spoke about my mother going to see my father all those years in the nursing home. It's a powerful witness. Every day getting on a bus, crossing a city, to be with someone who doesn't know you anymore, but yet whom you love faithfully. That's the truth. That's the truth. And that's a powerful witness. It's a powerful witness. If that isn't the light, there is no such thing as light. How we love each other is the ultimate light of wisdom. That's the truth. How we care and love for each other. Not how we do our duty, although that's part of it. It's an offshoot of it. But how we care with the fidelity of the heart for each other. How we are actively friends together. That was a great title of a book by Raissa Maritain, the wife. She herself was a famous artist and writer of Jacques Maritain, famous philosopher, Catholic philosopher. And the book was called Friends. We were friends together. I think that's the title. We were friends together. That's a verb. See, friends together. We were friends together. It's a verb. Actively friends together. And I think of my friendship with June and her family, Bill, her husband, and their 3 kids, plus the grandchildren now. We're going in toward great-grandchildren eventually. See? And I think we were friends together. I use the expression, we walk this life together. We walk it. When I think of my mother and father walking on the beach, every day taking the bus to go walk on the beach. So they didn't drive anymore. And then my mother going to the nursing home by bus to visit my father, who didn't know her. Friends together, you see. That's a powerful image, and I have it. I hope I am a faithful friend to those whom Providence has given me to love and be loved by. I hope I am present, not absent, not asking to get anything, but asking only how to love you better. When after Junie died, I remember saying, I hope I have loved her well. Her last words to me as she was dying said, Ted, you are faithful. Now, if I had to pick anything on earth, any words, those are the most powerful. Those are the most powerful because I hope they are the truest. Okay? You are faithful. You are faithful. Okay? I have to say, in my culture, my moral culture, my own personal moral culture, those are the ultimate words. You are faithful. And I hope in everything I've done in my life, I have been faithful. Though I have done all these things, to quote the great philosopher, Frank Sinatra, I've done it my way. I've done it my way. That's the truth. But I hope I did it faithfully. And in so doing, I hope I have shared light, the light of the gospel, who and what is Christ, by living, hopefully, a good life, a healthy and holy life. In a sense of a good life, I hope I have lived well and reflected well the gospel, with all my faults, which are considerable, and all my sins, which are real. I hope still in the end, I think of the apostles, that I have walked with Christ faithfully, roughly, but faithfully, so that when I die, Christ said, you are faithful, you are faithful. Same words that Junie said, you are faithful. I buy that. I hope so. I hope, flawed and sinful as I am, I hope in the end I've been faithful. Faithful to Christ, faithful to the church, faithful to the Passionist order, and faithful to those people especially whom God has given me to love and be loved by, my family, my friends, the intimates of my companionship, those who have walked with me and with whom I have walked.